You had a fight. They walked out of the room without slamming the door. Now 2 hours have passed. You can hear them in the kitchen, you can see them on their phone, but they are looking right through you, like you are made of fog. The argument was loud, but the quiet that follows feels deafening. Most of us were taught that yelling is the absolute worst thing that can happen in a relationship. So, to prove we aren't the bad guy, we go quiet. We tell ourselves we are taking the high road, acting mature, and giving the other person space to think. But while the quiet partner thinks they are keeping the peace, the person on the other side is spiraling. You can't focus, your stomach feels off, you start refreshing your screen, rewriting apologies you don't even mean, just searching for a way to make the quiet stop. There is a biological reason for that physical reaction. It is not in your head, and it is not because you are too sensitive. Your nervous system is doing exactly what it evolved to do when it registers a targeted attack. In 2003, a neuroscientist named Naomi Eisenberger ran an experiment here at UCLA. She wanted to see exactly how the human brain processes being left out. She placed volunteers inside an fMRI machine to scan their brain activity while they played a simple video game called Cyberball. The volunteer passed a digital ball back and forth with 2 other players on a screen, assuming they were real people. For the first minute, the ball comes their way. Then the other players stop passing. The volunteer is entirely ignored. Strikingly, brain scans revealed the exact region that lights up when you stub your toe, the anterior cingulate, lit up in the excluded volunteers. The brain makes no philosophical distinction between social pain and physical pain. It processes them in overlapping neighborhoods. To your own nervous system, being ignored is a literal, physical, measurable injury. Around that same time, John Gottman operated a research lab in Seattle, wiring up thousands of couples to observe their vital signs during actual arguments. He identified 4 patterns that almost always led to divorce. The most destructive of these is stonewalling, the act of entirely shutting down and going quiet. When an argument gets too hot, the body enters flooding. Heart rate climbs, stress hormones release, and problem-solving centers shut down entirely. Survival instincts take over. Get out, go quiet. To survive the sensory overwhelm, the flooded partner pulls up the emotional drawbridge. The partner sitting across from them doesn't see the internal flooding. They just see a wall. And because being ignored activates the physical pain center, the rejected partner gets frantic. They push harder to force a connection, which causes the flooded partner to withdraw even further. Both act on ancient survival wiring. The flooded partner retreats for safety, and the rejected partner desperately chases. They are locked in a demand-withdrawal loop that ensures the wall only grows taller. If a flooded nervous system and a punishing silent treatment look exactly the same from the outside, one person quiet, the other suffering, how do we tell the difference? The difference is everything that happens around the silence. A healthy pause is regulation. It means telling your partner you are overwhelmed, setting a strict 20-minute timeline to let your heart rate drop, and then actually returning to finish the conversation. Punishment is walking out, saying nothing, and refusing to look at the other person for the rest of the day. There is no signal and no return time. The silence is the message, and the message is, you are going to feel my absence until I decide you have suffered enough. Over time, the damage on the receiving end accumulates. People who face this quiet punishment report lower self-esteem and chronic anxiety. They start second-guessing their reality and apologizing for things they haven't even done yet. Eventually, you learn the cost of bringing up a hard topic, so you stop. You make yourself smaller. The loud, funny person who used to argue for fun slowly disappears, just to ensure the silence doesn't arrive again. A quiet room is not peace. Silence aimed at a person, sustained on purpose, is a loud, targeted form of harm. The fact that it leaves no physical bruises does not mean it leaves no marks. But once you recognize the pattern for what it is, you have the power to decide what you are going